Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Lalima Aneja Dang, and with me is Manoj Singh Rana with the evening news. The headlines. National COVID-19 recovery rate further improves to 92.48%, over 22 crore vaccine doses administered so far. Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas Dharmendra Pradhan says 1 crore vaccine doses to be produced daily by coming July. Clinical trial of Bharat Biotech's Covaxin on children begins at AIIMS, Patna. Railways achieves highest freight loading of 1,233 million tons in 2020-21. Lockdown in Jharkhand extended till the 10th of June following certain relaxations. Union Cabinet approves Model Tenancy Act for circulation to all states and union territories. 44.12 lakh farmers benefit from the ongoing wheat procurement operations with MSP value of over 80,936 crore rupees. Labour veteran Itzhak Herzog elected as Israel's 11th president, and the Indian cricket team to leave for UK later tonight on a marathon tour to play 6 test matches including World Test Championship final against New Zealand. Well, in the wake of COVID-19, we appeal to our listeners not to lower their guard and stay safe and protected by following these 4 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene, and get vaccinated. For providing COVID-related information and guidance to the people, national helpline numbers 011-239-78046 and 1075 are operational. And now the news in detail. The country is witnessing a significant sustained decline in active caseloads and new COVID-19 cases. The daily recoveries continue to outnumber the daily new cases for the 20th consecutive day. Over 231,000 patients have recovered from the coronavirus infection in the last 24 hours. The recovery rate has further improved to 92.48%. The Health and Family Welfare Ministry has said the active caseload presently comprises 6.33% of the cumulative positive cases, and it is continuously declining. It said decrease of over 1 lakh active cases is registered in the last 24 hours. At present, there are over 17,93,000 active cases. The weekly and daily positivity rate is also declining. The weekly test positivity rate currently stands at 8.21% and daily positivity rate is at 6.57%. This is the 9th consecutive day the daily positivity rate less than 10% has been registered. So far, over 2 crore 61 lakh patients have already been recovered from this infectious disease. The Union Health Ministry has said that over 1,32,000 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours were recorded, and a total of 3,207 deaths were also reported in the country within 24 hours. The Indian Council of Medical Research has informed that 20,19,000 COVID tests were conducted yesterday.
India has administered over 22 crore COVID vaccine doses to the beneficiaries so far. The Health and Family Welfare Ministry has called it a landmark achievement in India's fight against COVID-19. The liberalized and accelerated Phase 3 strategy of COVID-19 vaccination has already been started in the country. The vaccination is a crucial pillar in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. The central government is continuously engaged in accelerating the pace of vaccination drive in the country with the cooperation of states and union territories. Union Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas Dharmendra Pradhan has said that India has been continuously scaling up COVID-19 vaccine production capacity. Inaugurating a 7-day vaccination drive organized by the Indian Oil Corporation Limited, IOCL, and the Apollo Hospital in capital Bhubaneswar in Odisha today, Mr. Pradhan said it is estimated to produce 1 crore vaccine doses daily by the coming July. Appreciating the IOCL for the initiative to vaccinate its COVID warriors, like the petrol pump customer attendants, LPG delivery boys, drivers of oil tankers and their families. The minister said they've shown dedication and courage in serving the consumers, even during the second wave of the pandemic. More from our Bhubaneswar correspondent.
On the occasion, the Union Petroleum and Natural Gas and Steel Minister Mr. Pradhan said other central PSUs like the IOCL, BPCL and HPCL will very soon vaccinate their employees, stakeholders and their families. He called upon both the public and private sector corporate bodies like NALCO, NTPC, NCL, Paradip Port, Tata and Jindal having their presence in Odisha to help augment efforts to vaccinate the people of the state by vaccinating their employees and family members. Later in the day, Mr. Pradhan dedicated Ispat Nidan Kendra, a COVID treatment facility of Rourkela Steel Plant under the Steel Authority of India Limited, having 100 oxygenated beds in Rourkela in Odisha. Yesterday only, the Union Minister Mr. Pradhan had inaugurated a 270 oxygenated bed COVID care center of the Jindal Steel and Power Limited in Angul in Odisha. Girish Chandra Das, AIR News, Bhubaneswar.
The clinical trial of Bharat Biotech's Covaxin on children began at AIIMS Patna. 15 kids voluntarily turned up for the vaccine trial. These volunteers had gone through the screening processes such as RT-PCR, antibody test and general checkup prior to receiving their shots. 3 children were found fit for the vaccine trial after screening. The children with antibodies could not participate in the vaccine trial. Dr. Sanjeev Kumar, nodal in charge for COVID at AIIMS Patna, said the children who received their first shot are in the age group of 12 to 18 years. After being administered 0.5 ml dose of intramuscular injection, the children were monitored for 2 hours. The second dose will be given after 4 weeks. During this period, their health will be closely monitored. Railway Board Chairman Suneet Sharma has said that despite COVID-19 challenges, the railways had achieved 9 consecutive months of record freight loading from September last year to May this year. Addressing a press conference in New Delhi today, Mr. Sharma said the highest ever loading of 1,233 million tons was achieved in 2020-21. The chairman said 738 Kisan rail service have been operated on 59 routes so far, carrying around 2,33,000 tons of agriculture products.
We have run 738 किसान रेल 59 रूट से ऊपर कैरिंग 2.33 लाख टन. मेजर कमोडिटीज जो हमने कैरी की है वो अनियन, बनाना, पोटैटो, ऑरेंज, कैप्सिकम, पोमेग्रेनेट, कस्टर्ड, एप्पल, चीकू एंड अदर फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल्स. साइड बाय साइड हमने पार्सल का एक और आयाम स्थापित किया है. हमने 84 स्टेशनों पर जहां पे हम 50% से ज्यादा अपना पार्सल हैंडल करते हैं, 100% पार्सल्स वहां पे बार कोडेड हैं. तो a person can know the position of the parcels sitting on a terminal. He doesn't have to approach where is this parcel because they are all bar-coded, they are identified, they are segregated. So this is another major initiative that we have taken this year.
The first Kisan rail train was flagged off on the 7th of August last year between Devlali, Maharashtra and Danapur in Bihar. He said the railways had started running Kisan rail train services to transport perishables and agri-products. Mr. Sharma said the railways have delivered more than 23,658 tons of liquid medical oxygen to 15 states across the country. He added 593 oxygen expresses have completed their journey so far.
Ports, Shipping and Waterways Minister Mansukh Mandavia today virtually inaugurated a medical oxygen generator unit with the medical oxygen copper piping network at the Deen Dayal Port Trust Hospital in Gujarat's Gandhidham. Speaking on the occasion, the minister appreciated the port team and all stakeholders for completing the work of the oxygen plant in just 20 days. Appreciating the efforts of all ports in the pandemic, Mr. Mandavia said ports are contributing in the fight against COVID-19 by facilitating oxygen supply, creating a green channel for cargoes related to COVID-19 materials and waiving the port charges. He said ports will continue to provide better facilities to the people living in the surrounding areas. The plant will ensure 24/7 oxygen supply to the hospital. The oxygen generator unit can generate 20,000 litres of oxygen per hour at 5 to 6 bar pressure. The government has imposed restrictions on the export of amphotericin B injections. The antifungal injections are used in the treatment of mucormycosis. In a notification issued by the Director General of Foreign Trade, the amphotericin B injections have been put in the restricted rather than the free category. The centre has been disseminating awareness of 4 national-level helpline numbers created for the benefit of the citizens during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Information and Broadcasting Ministry is promoting awareness about these helpline numbers through its various departments. The national helpline of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare for COVID-related queries is 1075. The child helpline number of the Ministry of Women and Child Development is 1098. For senior citizens of Delhi, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand, the helpline number of the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment is 14567. The helpline number of the National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, NIMHANS, for psychological support is 080 4611 0007.
Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan today addressed the 149th session of the World Health Organization Executive Board meeting through video conference. Dr. Harshvardhan successfully has completed his tenure as chairperson of Executive Board of WHO today. He said in May last year he was entrusted with the responsibility to be the chair of the Executive Board. The minister has commended the World Health Organization for its steadfast support to all member states throughout the pandemic.
I commend the World Health Organization for its steadfast support to all member states throughout the pandemic, fully committed to the value of equity and the simple truth that no one is safe until all are safe. The Access to COVID-19 Tools Accelerator is the fastest, most coordinated and successful global collaboration in history to accelerate the development, production and equitable access to COVID-19 tests, treatments and vaccines.
Director General of WHO, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, congratulated Dr. Harshvardhan for his pivotal leadership to global health. Dr. Tedros also congratulated him for receiving the Special Director General's Award of WHO. Appreciating his contribution towards tobacco control, he said that Dr. Harshvardhan has been instrumental in driving global efforts towards tobacco control. Ace tennis player Vishal Uppal has appealed to the people to get vaccinated. Speaking to AIR News, the Davis Cupper said the vaccine is necessary not for oneself but also for our families and the nation.
I would like to request everyone out there to please go and get vaccinated. It is very important for your own health and for the health of all your family members, your friends, your loved ones. Please encourage everyone else also to get the vaccine done. If we have to beat the pandemic of coronavirus and if we have to get our country back on track, the economy back on track, then we have to make sure we get vaccinated so we can get on with our lives. It is very, very important that everyone get vaccinated. Jai Hind.
You're listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. National COVID-19 recovery rate further improves to 92.48%. Over 22 crore vaccine doses administered so far. Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas Dharmendra Pradhan says 1 crore vaccine doses to be produced daily by coming July. Clinical trial of Bharat Biotech's Covaxin on children begins at AIIMS Patna. Railways achieves highest freight loading of 1,233 million tons in 2020-21. Lockdown in Jharkhand extended till the 10th of June following certain relaxations. Union Cabinet approves Model Tenancy Act for circulation to all states and union territories. 44.12 lakh farmers benefit from ongoing wheat procurement operations with MSP value of over 80,936 crore rupees. Labour veteran Itzhak Herzog elected as Israel's 11th president. And the Indian cricket team to leave for the UK later tonight on a marathon tour to play 6 test matches including World Test Championship final against New Zealand. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
In Jharkhand, the existing lockdown, which will end tomorrow morning, has been further extended for a period of 1 week till June the 10th, following certain relaxations. The state government has issued directives to extend the ongoing Health Safety Week for another 1 week with the existing restrictions, while 15 districts with lower COVID infection rate have been given certain relaxations to open shops till 2 p.m. This is for the 5th consecutive time that the state government has extended the lockdown to break the chain of spread of coronavirus. Here's more from our Ranchi correspondent.
The existing lockdown in Jharkhand has been further extended for a week till June 10. All shops except garment, clothes, jewelry, footwear and cosmetic shops in 9 districts including Ranchi, Bokaro, Dhanbad and Jamshedpur will open only till 2 p.m. Meanwhile, relaxations have been given to all shops to open in rest of the 15 districts where lower number of COVID-19 cases have been registered. Other restrictions shall continue as per the existing guidelines, while e-passes for any movement within the state for private vehicles is necessary. Interstate buses have been stopped, while mandatory home quarantine on 7 days for people visiting from outside the state has been made compulsory during the lockdown. Shilpi, AIR News, Ranchi.
The Maharashtra cabinet today gave its nod to deposit one-time amount of 5 lakh rupees in the bank accounts of children who have lost both their parents due to COVID-19. This amount will be given to the child after he or she attains the age of 21 years, along with interest. The decision assumes significance as it will give a much-needed support to such children who have become orphans. Besides, the expense of the child's upbringing would be borne from the child care scheme of the Women and Child Development Department of the state government.
In Mumbai, the Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh's Jan Kalyan Samiti has been providing oxygen concentrators, oxygen cylinders and Ayush 64 medicines to COVID-19 patients. The RSS's Jan Kalyan Samiti has provided food packets to 67,33,000 people, Ayurvedic medicines to more than 7 lakh persons, and food grains were distributed to more than 88,000 families. Apart from this, the Samiti has also provided hand gloves, sanitizers, face masks and food packets to employees of government organizations, civic bodies, hospitals and the Mumbai police. Sarkareva of RS's Jan Kalyan Samiti, Suhas Joshi, told AIR that
with the help and support of RSS and other institutions, we were able to reach out as many as 48,575 families for food grain supply, and 67.33 lakh plus food packets were distributed to the needy. RSS Janakalyan has been, as a part of its routine service to the society, running around 40 centers in Mumbai for past several years that provide the needy medical support equipments such as wheelchairs, clutches, toilet chairs, hospital beds, etc. for temporary use at home free of cost. This also included oxygen concentrator machines for the patient with respiratory problems.
Mizoram Chief Minister Zoramthanga has requested the central government to provide COVID vaccines free of cost. On his Twitter handle, Zoramthanga in a video message said that the pandemic put serious stress on the resources of the country, and this has far more severe impact on small states like Mizoram. Chief Minister Zoramthanga has also sought the intervention of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, requesting for buying vaccines as per requirement by the central government and making equitable distribution to all states.
In the last 24 hours, Meghalaya reported 24 deaths from COVID-19 complications. A statement from the Directorate of Health Services informed that the total number of COVID-19 fatalities in the state has reached 616. The state also registered 711 recoveries, tallying the total number of recovered cases to 29,578, while logging 532 fresh new cases in the last 24 hours. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh interacted with leaders of different religious organizations to create more awareness about COVID-19 among the masses at Chief Minister's Secretariat today. During the meeting, it was resolved that there is the need for a joint effort now. Religious bodies and leaders should take proactive roles in spreading awareness. A joint prayer for all religions to seek divine intervention to end COVID-19 and save everybody from the pandemic would also be held at the Western Gate of Kangla. The Sikkim government has prioritized 100% vaccination against COVID-19 since commencing the drive last January. Beginning with health workers, the state has gradually opened up vaccination for all adults, and Sikkim aims to become the first state to vaccinate its entire adult population. Here's more from our Gangtok correspondent.
Around 240,000 people have been administered COVID-19 vaccine in Sikkim so far. This includes approximately 180,000 first doses and 6,000 second doses. Beginning from urban centers, the vaccination drive has touched the geographical remote North Sikkim district. State Information, Education and Communication Officer of Health Department Sonam Gyalchen Bhutia speaks in detail on vaccination.
As of June 1, 2021, the first dose 1,79,370, second dose is 59,673. So adding up, total doses we have given is 2,39,043.
Going forward, the vaccination drive for people of 18 years and above, which has been limited to state capital and surrounding areas so far, will be expanded to cover all 4 districts this month. With Sekat Sarkar, Paijat Sharma from Gangtok for AIR.
In Nagaland, detection of another 218 fresh cases of COVID-19 has added the state's confirmed caseload to 22,072, while 14 deaths related to the disease have pushed the tally of COVID deaths to 386. On the other hand, 94 positive patients have recovered from the infection. The total recovered cases stand at 16,205. The Union Cabinet today approved the Model Tenancy Act for circulation to all states and union territories for adaptation by way of enacting fresh legislation or amending existing rental laws suitably. It will help overhaul the legal framework with respect to rental housing across the country, which would help spur its overall growth. Minister for Housing and Urban Affairs Hardeep Singh Puri today said that the Model Tenancy Act will ensure formalizing the shadow market of rental housing. Addressing a press conference today, the minister said that its implementation will give confidence to landlords to more readily put their premises on rent. He said this will have dual advantage. An asset which is lying dormant will become a productive asset, and secondly, people would invest to build units for residential and commercial use.
ये जो मॉडल टेनेंसी एक्ट है, this provides a model both for urban as well as rural properties. It also provides a template both for residential and commercial properties. हमारे यहाँ urbanization has been increasing in the recent months. Going by our recent experience of the pandemic, हमने affordable rental housing scheme भी एक introduce की है. उससे पहले जो प्रधानमंत्री जी की योजनाएं थी, the programmatic intervention, one of the large schemes of this ministry was the Pradhanmantri Awas Yojana.
Defence Secretary Ajay Kumar today said there is a need for think tanks and strategic intellectual input as nature of security challenges are changing. While giving a virtual lecture on recent reforms in India's national security apparatus, Mr. Kumar said it is extremely important to be proactive and create own strategic thought. He said the Defence Ministry endeavours to continuously engage with such strategic think tanks. He said the ministry is working with 8 to 10 think tanks in the country. The procurement of wheat in ongoing Rabi market season is continuing smoothly in the procuring states. Till now, over 409.80 lakh metric tons LMT of wheat has been procured against last year's corresponding purchase of 363.61 LMT. About 44.12 lakh farmers have already been benefited from the ongoing procurement operations with MSP value of over 80,936 crore rupees.
The Centre has recently amended the pension rules for civil servants, prohibiting retired officials in intelligence or security-related organizations to publish any information related to their organization without clearance from competent authority. Sources said the intention of the notification of the Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions is to safeguard national interest and bring clarity. The Gujarat government has cancelled the state board exams for class 12 students. More from our correspondent.
Gujarat Education Minister Bhupendra Singh Chudasama has said that this decision has been taken following the cancellation of CBSE Class 12th exam. He said that the decision about conducting exams for Class 10 and Class 12 repeater students would be taken shortly. This decision has been taken in the larger interest of more than 6 lakh students of Class 12 during the COVID-19 pandemic. Earlier, the Gujarat State Higher Secondary Education Board had announced the dates for Class 12th board examination from 1st to 16th July. However, the examination has been cancelled soon after the central government's decision to cancel the Class 12 board exams of CBSE. Yogesh Pandya, AR News, Ahmedabad.
The Madhya Pradesh government announced today that it has decided to cancel Class 12 examination due to the prevailing COVID-19 situation in the country as well.
In Jammu and Kashmir, police in Budgaon along with security forces have arrested a terrorist associate and recovered incriminating material from his possession. The police said that based on a specific input, a special joint checkpoint by security forces was established at Haran Saiburg area of Budgaon. During the checking, a terrorist associate identified as Fayaz Ahmed Bhatt linked with terror outfit Lashkar-e-Taiba was apprehended. Incriminating material including posters of LET outfit were recovered from his possession.
The India Cycles for Change Challenge is beginning to gain momentum across the country. The challenge was launched last year under the Smart Cities mission by the Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry as a response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Over the last year, a cycling revolution has taken over India, with cycling being seen as an important mode of safe and healthy personal transport medium. Labour veteran Itzhak Herzog has been elected as Israel's 11th president. Israel's parliament elected Herzog in a vote as opposition lawmakers were holding negotiations to form a coalition to end Prime Minister Netanyahu's 12 straight years in office. Herzog, 60, replaces President Reuven Rivlin, who was elected in 2014 to the largely ceremonial position decided by the parliament or Knesset. He defeated former headmistress Miriam Peretz. The Israeli presidency exerts little power, primarily meeting with party leaders after legislative elections and tasking candidates with forming governments. It is the country's prime minister who wields actual executive authority.
The country will soon get 8 new flying training academies under the Liberalized Flying Training Organization FTO policy of the Airports Authority of India AAI. These academies will be set up at Belagavi, Jalgaon, Kalaburgi, Khajuraho and Lilabari. The setup of these 8 FTOs is aimed at making India a global flying training hub. It will also prevent the exodus of Indian cadets to foreign FTOs. The Indian cricket team is leaving for UK today and is scheduled to reach London tomorrow. The International Cricket Council, ICC, is yet to mention the exact length of India's isolation period in Southampton. The Indian men's and women's cricket squads travelling to England have gotten approval by the UK government for the families of the players and support staff to accompany them. The team will be playing 6 tests in England from June the 18th, while the women's test side will face the hosts in a one-off match before playing 6 white ball games.
In French Open tennis, Alexander Zverev has sailed through to the 3rd round of men's singles, defeating Russian Roman Safulin in straight sets. Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. National capital Delhi is expected to have a generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. In Mumbai, there will be thunder showers towards afternoon or evening. Chennai will have a generally cloudy sky with light rain with minimum temperature touching 29 and maximum 40.
And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. National COVID-19 recovery rate further improves to 92.48%, over 22 crore vaccine doses administered so far. Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas Dharmendra Pradhan says 1 crore vaccine doses to be produced daily by coming July. Clinical trial of Bharat Biotech's Covaxin on children begins at AIIMS, Patna. Railways achieves highest freight loading of 1,233 million tons in 2020-21. Lockdown in Jharkhand extended till the 10th of June following certain relaxations. Union Cabinet approves Model Tenancy Act for circulation to all states and union territories. 44.12 lakh farmers benefited by the ongoing wheat procurement operations with MSP value of over 80,936 crore rupees. Labour veteran Itzhak Herzog elected as Israel's 11th president, and the Indian cricket team to leave for UK later tonight on a marathon tour to play 6 test matches. And with that we end the evening news. Good night.